Number 5 is the Lurker. Now, the Lurker is going to return soon in another list that I'm doing, so you'll have to forgive me for doubling up on content, but I wanted to talk about him here as well. Simon Miller, the bored a-hole, here once again to tell you about things that you're doing in the gym. You then laugh to yourself about, think that you've got away with it, but you haven't, because pretty much 99.9% of all people going to the fitness palace have done it, and I've now caught you in my giant net, and I'm about to expose you. That sounds way more dodgy than I meant it to, but sometimes words come out of my mouth and there's no going back. But these are these cool little things that happen when you do go to the gym that only you and I can talk about, because you try and tell it like to your mum or dad who don't go to the gym, they look at you like, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know why this is a big deal. Why didn't you do better on your exams? You're like, that was like 20 years ago. Why are we still talking about this? And it's because parents never forget. A bunch of ridiculous, ludicrous, nonsense, hilarious things do happen when we are working out, and some of them I've been involved in, but some of them I'll never be able to figure out, which is why I implore you to go into the comments and let me know, if you are this person, why the hell you're doing it. But yep, it is 7 ludicrous gym experiences we've all been through, and really some of you watching are actually responsible for. Number 7, the running spotter. I love this. I love this maybe more than I love my own mother. That's not true. What's going on today with me and my parents? I haven't even talked to them. Clearly they're in my brain. It happened to me the other day and I can't help but laugh, even though this person is right in front of me. But they shouldn't even be doing this at the moment, given the coronavirus and everything like that. But I was doing preacher curls and I got to the last few repetitions and I was struggling and I was fighting with that bar. And from nowhere, you see him running from the corner of the gym is the guy. Now I'm wearing headphones, so him doing this it doesn't help me at all. There is no advantage. He looks me right in the eye, which is strange anyway, because I'm like, dude, I don't know you. What are you doing? And he starts going, come on, man, push, one more, you got this. And he's spotting me from nowhere. So again, I'm trying not to laugh, which is no good for my concentration. I've got music blaring in my ears, so all I can really see is this. And now I have to change my workout to appease him. Why does that happen? Straight away my brain goes, well, Simon, now you've got to do as many reps as possible, because maybe this guy, I don't know his name, so he's literally, this guy will judge you for not doing enough. And you're like, I was enjoying myself, and all of a sudden my workout was done on 180. I've never done this. I've never run over and spotted someone from nowhere. One time somebody got caught beneath a bench press, so I went and helped them out, but I've never decided, well, that guy's on his last few reps. I will just interject myself into his plan. Maybe you don't want spotting. Maybe you decided that week, no spotting. I mean, spotting is always good, but maybe you don't want it. Maybe you find it too awkward. Maybe you're an introvert and you just want to be left alone in the gym. But my word, I laughed. I text my girlfriend straight away about the crazy spotter guy that just ran over. And then you have to thank them. You have to thank you. I didn't want it. Why am I thanking you? If you are the crazy spotter person, get your ass in that comment. I may even bring you on the channel. I want to talk to you. I want to find out where this comes from. I know they're just trying to be helpful, and I know it's a positive thing, but it makes me laugh my ass off. Number 6, this happened in the same session. You think I'm lying? I swear to you I'm not. The dude who is on a machine, or the dudette, regret it, on a machine or any kind of equipment watching Netflix. Actually, I say Netflix. This person was watching Borat. Whatever movie the original Borat was on, he was on the leg press, the machine, and I wanted to use it because I wanted to do some single leg presses before I'd done, and I'd already used the Smith machine, so I thought, not the Smith machine, the hammer strength machine. So I thought I'll do machine reps just to sort of, change things up a little bit. And there he was, doing the most pathetic repetitions I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, looked like a snail, like a frog trying to lift weights. They don't care about lifting weights. They've got to survive in the elements. That's much harder. And on his phone, he wasn't concentrating on his number, wasn't concentrating on his intensity. He was concentrating on Borat. I love that movie. There's another one coming out in a few days, and I'm pumped to watch it. I'm going to sit my ass down there, and I'll watch the whole thing. But I don't mind people being on their phones in the gym. I really don't. I think it's 2020, and I think you may be, writing down your lifts. You may be texting someone. I mean, if you're going to rest, right, between sets, what difference does it make if you're sat there or if you're doing this? It makes absolutely no difference. The world has changed. The world has come along a long way. However, if you're watching entertainment while you're trying to work out, that is something else entirely. And I know that you've done it, and you want to know how I know? I've done it. Only once. This is the strangest thing ever. There was a Michael Jackson documentary on Channel 4 last year, and I decided I really wanted to see it, so I put it on. And I didn't actually watch it in my hand like this guy was. I put my phone I wedged it into a wall, and as I was doing my working out, I did it. But I've regretted that day ever since. Regretted it. On my deathbed, the last thing I'll say to someone, let's say, someone's watching over me, Simon, do everything, and just say, I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I watched that Michael Jackson documentary and I was doing legs. Then I'll pass away, and everyone in the room will look around and go, I think I'm glad he's gone. Number 5 is the Lurker. Now, the Lurker is going to return soon in another list that I'm doing, so you'll have to forgive me for doubling up on content, but I wanted to talk about him here as well. Because you may be the Lurker, right? You may be the Lurker. And the Lurker, I actually prefer the Lurker to the Talker, because the Talker comes up to you and just shouts to you, how many sets have you got left? And you always go, 722, leave me alone. Whereas the Lurker stays behind a wall or another piece of equipment, and he kind of peers out like this. He peers out every now and then he goes to set. And he peers out again, because he doesn't want to be doing, or she doesn't want to be doing the exercise they are doing. They want to be using the machine that you're using, but because you're on it, they feel like they have to do something, but their heart and mind's not in it, because again, you are on their piece of equipment. So just stare at you like some kind of crazy stalker. It's really uncomfortable. It's like, they probably don't mean they're doing it, and I've probably done it, but I'm just checking the scenario. But when you are aware of it, oh my gosh, it gets the hairs on your back up. And you can't train properly, and you think they're going to kill me? Have I done something to upset them? Maybe I took the mick out of them on a YouTube video. Maybe it's the bald asshole. I'm going to go kick his ass. But the Lurker, man, and the Lurker doesn't just exist sort of 1 per 100,000 people. There's like 22 in every single gym, and they just lurk, and it's like a serial killer. I feel like any moment they're going to run at me and just go and stab a knife right into my head. That's not how I want to go. And yes, we're up to 2 death references. Number 4 is a lot of fun as well. Look, we've all taken a gym selfie here and there. Most of us go to the bathroom and we look left and we look right, and then we go to take it, and 9 times out of 10 we're fine. Or, you know, you're in a part of the gym and no one's around, so you get your phone out. But there is always the exception when just as you go to take it, somebody just appears from nowhere, and you stop looking at the camera and you look up like, oh no, I've been caught. Like when you're a child, right? And you discover we'll call it the wonders of masturbation. Why not? We're all adults here. We may as well talk about it. When you discover that as a kid, and at least once somebody walks in on you and you're like, oh no, what has happened? They understand, of course they do, but it's horrific. It's the same with the gym selfie. Although we've all taken gym selfies, it is still horribly embarrassing when somebody catches you taking a gym selfie. Then you put the phone away, you sit there like, I wasn't doing anything. Like I take a picture of myself in the gym. There's the exception to this as well, which is the gym bro who just continues. He takes those burst pictures. He takes like 700 pictures and looks at you and like, yeah, man, I'm doing it. Check my bicep out. And you're like, I would kill you in another life. But remember, there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking a gym selfie, as long as, going back to what we talked about earlier, you're just doing it within your rest. Because if you're just going to be sitting there anyway, you may as well have some fun. Number 3 is when you go to sit down on a machine or whatever, and you notice that the last person before you is lifting what you consider to be a pitiful amount of weight, even though there's no such thing, you do you, and you get to move it up like a bunch of weight stacks, and then you look around like, yeah, I'm the best. No one's better than me. No one knows what you're lifting, and no one knows what the person before you is lifting, but it just makes you feel like, man, I'm better than that guy because I'm lifting more with him. There is no worth in that. I've said it 1,000 times. If you're lifting 10 kilograms, you're smashing it. If you're lifting 100 kilograms, you're smashing it because you're only in competition with yourself. I do this. Of course I do. I did chest press the other day. I can't remember how the guy put it on, but I was so pleased I got to move it down. He may have done a drop set for I know. I wasn't lurking at that particular moment, but it's a wonderful experience. It gives you this idea that you're headed in the right direction. Like you're on a train and you're going that way, and that's the way you bought a ticket for. And now next time you do it, you'll clock it a bit more and you'll get that wry little smile on the side of your face, because it is these little things in the gym that in many ways keeps us going. Number 2 isn't necessarily a good thing, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly a thing. And it's when a friend of yours comes along to the gym with you, but they're not as strong as you, or maybe you're showing them the ropes, and you decide to do compound movements, mostly squats and deadlifts. This is when it gets most annoying. And you're doing, let's say you're squatting 150 kilograms, right? So you've got quite a few plates on. They only want to do 10 kilograms. So after you've stacked all the plates up, you've got to take them all off again. Now, given that we are in the gym to lift weight and break muscle down, obviously it's not going to be a huge exercise, but you think you'd enjoy it. Like, well, I'm doing a little bit more active rest and all that. But no, this is the equivalent of someone telling you now you have to climb Everest. You're like, I've just put 4 plates on and now you want me to take 3 plates off? Are you kidding me? And they're helping you on the other side. Maybe they're struggling a little bit because they're smaller than you, but honestly, worst thing in the world. And then you start regretting. You're like, why don't I come to the gym with this schmo? It's different with bench press for some reason. You're faster on the bench press. I don't get why. But squats and deadlifts are probably the worst because the bar is on the floor. And no gyms have that little device anymore where you can actually lift the bar up into the air just a fraction and allow you to take the plates off. So you just moan and you get more annoyed, and then you got to put your plates back on. Then you start thinking, I'm going to have a light day. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And yet we all do it, even though what difference does it make? And number one is the person that creates the most confusion in every single gym. And I bet I've done it because I got too pumped up. It's mostly when you've taken too much pre-workout. You have a really good set, right? And rather than just stay within the area of your machine, you start pacing around the gym like, yes, yeah, I've done it. I'm the man. And then confusion just reigns amok then. It just runs amok because nobody knows you're still on that piece of equipment because you've decided to walk around like a rhinoceros. 2, you look crazy. You've got music blaring into your ears. So you don't know how crazy you look, but you look crazy. And 3, it's just needless. It's just needless all around. But there are some people that do it after every single set. I guess it's to try and, I don't know, get their adrenaline going or get them all ramped back up and get them more focused or motivated. But they do. They do bicep curls. They throw their dumbbells down. I never do that. And they storm. They do circles around the gym. And then you go to use their dumbbells. Like, oh, I'm still using it. It's like smoke comes out of their nose. Like, how am I meant to know? This guy is absolutely incredible. He is absolutely incredible. And sometimes when he's finished a set, he's so wound up, just turns around and walks right into you because he's not paying any attention to where he's going. And then you look at him like, dude. But they look back at you like, no, you. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm not a mind reader. I don't know you're about to explode with joy because you managed to sort of smash out 12 repetitions. The gym should be a controlled environment, but I tell you, it is not. People get way too comfortable, which is actually nice. I'd rather people were comfortable than intimidated. But soon, the whole process just breaks down. There you go, 7 ludicrous gym experiences that we've all been through, and deep down, I love every single one because it makes the gym what it is. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, ding, ding. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can, patreon.com/Simon316, because YouTube, as much as one day I hope it will, doesn't really give me anything. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Simon316, simonmiller.bigcartel.com for merchandise. Watch on the video if you have the time on your hand. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.